Good morning or good afternoon, not sure when you're watching this, but thank you for coming to Waited to Win and join us for the Sunday Peter Maritzburg race meeting, Hollywood Bet Scottsville. 8 races on the card. I'm with Daryl Marie. Darren Burrows has taken off this weekend and wish him well. And let's go through the market. There does appear to be a horse that looks hard to beat in the favourite that comes from Glenn Cotson's stable. A horse called Disting, number 9 on the card. It's priced up even money favourite. Second choice is that horse Easy Bulo, who's at 4 to 1. And then you've got 11 to 2 about Cape Capri, who's number 6. This is Friday's market, just as a reminder. Daryl, this thing looks, from the form line, I've had a look at that form line. There have been a couple of winners directly out of there that have come to win from this thing. I don't know if you've taken notice.
I have.
Cape Town also, what's it called? Tanneron came to win. Kind of Wonderful came out and won.
Did you see Kind of Wonderful win?
I didn't.
Did you watch racing?
I kind of won. No, I tried to watch, but
Kind of Wonderful won by 6 lengths, Clyde.
Sure.
And she was sandwiched in between the two of those winners, direct winners. 2 very promising efforts to date. Extremely well related. You know, her dam ran second in the Grade 1 Cape Phillies Guineas, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
So, yeah, I mean, she's got that Western Cape maiden form. She looks to get it right. I'm certainly happy enough bankering her in the opening leg of the bipods.
Would you be taking even money about her? To comes and things?
You know, I'm not I'm wary with regards to the Siberian Winters form line, and I don't know anything about the first timers. But if none of them are fancied, yes, I'd be climbing in at evens. As Mr. Goodman would say, this is certainly a jockey up.
Okay, well, there you go. There you got it at first hand. This is the Spanish Galliard Maiden Plate. This is what we like. Race number 1. Daryl's got a bipod worked out. We are bankering Glenn Cotson's horse, Disting, as the play, and then we've loaded up the balance of the legs. Second race maiden class field, 1,400 metres. There are 14 of them that will line up and go to the start. Professor Lupin's the favourite, is 15 to 10. So there has been some interest in Alison Wright as runner. And I had a chat with the owner, and they're quite bullish that Professor Lupin will run a very big race. Field Marshal, the second choice, 4 to 1. 4 to 1 about the third choice, well, joint second, Flying Cool. And then you can get 6 or 7s about Railroad and 10s the balance. Let's talk about Professor Lupin, because I see he had a long rest. This is a second run after a long rest. What do you make of it?
I'm hoping he was in desperate need of that comeback effort, Clyde, because it was disappointing in that form was very weak, or is very weak. I don't know if you've seen it. So, Trippy's Tune won that race. He's run since then unplaced. The second horse, Tibbet Burke, unplaced. The third horse, Catavar, unplaced.
Yeah, I see
the
that.
fourth horse, Uncle Lucky, unplaced twice. The sixth horse, I Surrender, unplaced. The seventh horse, Torix Knight, unplaced twice. The 8th horse unplaced and the 9th horse unplaced. So you can't go into this race confident on form, but he could be way better than that. And I think he obviously had an injury and they brought him back with a lot of meat on the bone. So let's hope we can start seeing some of the form he previously showed. So for that reason, I haven't banked him, but I do fancy his chances. I think he's better than that effort.
Yeah.
I'm not confident with regards to Bourbon Warrior form lines. Let's see how that turns out to be. In saying that, numbers 1 and 2 are lightly raced and they certainly have scope for improvement, but I'm on the fence with regards to the Bourbon Warrior form line. So that leads me towards number 3 as being the favourite's biggest danger, Sakambaya. Now, I believe this horse is a gelding. I'm sure the commentator announced it going down to the starts in his later start when he was contesting a race against winners. Go back to some of his form lines in the Cape. Had's Pride, All About Ronnie, Incredible. I think if he reproduced any of those form lines, even Steadfast, Yamadori, Tlatluwe, I mean, his form on the Highveld hasn't been inspiring, but his maiden form in the Western Cape has been good. So Sakambaya is the value in the race. Numbers 3 and 10 should suffice.
Yeah, and the Sea Shanty form worked out on the Highveld for Sakambaya. But okay, let's see. We've got A place accumulator from Daryl, 3 and 10, by 13689, by 1267812, by 3 and 5, banker 4, then 2 and 8, and 8 and 11. Okay, let's move on to the next. So we're now going to discuss race number 3 on the card. It's a pick 6 that Daryl can guide us and give us some information on as to what he wants to do here. Where Dean Cannemeyer's got Spelling Bee as favourite. That the last time we looked on Friday was 4. It's 4 to 1 the field here. You've also got this horse, Janssen van Vieren's got Saar Bomber. Peter Muscat's got the Shepherd and Nelson Bay. And Alison Wright's got Master Josh. Dean Cannemeyer, who's top of the board's also got Mr. Master Starter in here as well. So there are quite a few. Daryl, we need your help.
I'm not going to be of any help with this race, Clyde. It's very
How's
difficult.
Dean Cannemeyer been doing? Durban.
Yeah, saving his winners, definitely. Wes has a high strike rate in Durban, Clyde. Spelling Bee, it appears as if he's the stable elect. I mean, Craig Zaki sticks with him. Very, very impressive last time out, albeit a below par maiden field that he beat. But, I mean, he put them to the sword at the top of the straight already. He a runaway winner. 53.5 to shoulder could be better than his current mark. Then you got numbers 1 and 1 and 7, the stable companions. Now Richard Free actually rode Nelson Bay last time out, and he's now on the Shepherd, but I'm not too sure how that works. I'm still leaning towards Nelson Bay as the preference over there. You know, himself, Nelson Bay and Master Josh, there shouldn't be much separating the two of them on paper. Nelson Bay should strip fitter, and he's got the draw in his favour. Imposing last time out, Clyde. Quickened up beautifully when given a chance with the blinkers.
First time blinkers?
No,
Imposing.
first time blinkers on the turf, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But you know, Clyde, the horse who came out to win from there was very impressive, Wiccan Warrior.
That's right.
And a horse further down ran second, Trasova. So I actually like that form. I think if Rachel can adopt similar tactics, we'll certainly be seen imposing running on in the latter stages. I went wide over here, Clyde. I think I went numbers 1, 3, 6 as my upset, 8 and 9.
Okay. Well, a horse like imposing, if you like that, is at 14 or 15 to 1. There, Daryl, there's the pick 6. So you've gone the first 5 horses in the first leg. That's field, then 2, 3, 5, then 1 and 4, then 2 and 8, 8 and 11. So the last 3 legs, Daryl is playing the boat race, and see how that all pans out. Back with us for the in full flight handicap. It's an 1100 meters, and it's a 200,000 rand race. Favourite, let's take a look at it. I think they bet open 7 to 2, 4 to 1 the field. This horse, King of the Gauls, does appear to be a very decent sort in the making. A 7 to 2 to win this. Johan Janssen van Vieren's got Cliffhanger. That's priced up 5 to 1. 7 to 1 Mace Roberts is also Good Traveller, number 8 on the card. And on Friday, Raven Black for Brett Crawford was priced up at around 8 to 1. Together with a horse called Hit the Mark Sunshine, who certainly can't be out of it on ability. Let's talk about King of the Gauls. What's your take on that horse?
Clyde,
lovely looker.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you see him, you certainly believe that he is going to go through the divisions because he looks like he's got a touch of class about him. Yeah, he's only got 52.5 to shoulder. He's going to have to raise his game once again. But it looks like he's certainly improving with racing. I'll give him a chance of but this is a wide open race. If you like his chances, you have to have respect for Hit Them Hard Sunshine. Albeit he beat him and he's better off at the weights. I don't think Hit Them Hard Sunshine, I think he'll benefit from a more vigorous ride. So he gets the more experienced Atandiwe in the irons this time around. Now Raven Black, James has always said this horse is better than his current rating. Yeah, he's off a 50, well, he's only got 52 to shoulder. He's returning from a rest, but he's a high-class individual. So I'm keen to see how he goes. Then you got Quasi for sure. Now, this is on the sharp side for him, but a few runs back, Clyde, over 1200 at Greyville, he quickened up smartly, went out of his ground. He can turn it on and have a look at this horse's form when returning from a rest and racing fresh. It's outstanding. So I think he's got class about him. And
He does.
although it's 63.5 to shoulder, he won't disgrace himself. And then you've got a whole other, a whole lot of others that have to be included. The likes of Good Traveller, who's unbeaten over this course in distance and has found form. The same can be said about Cliffhanger, unbeaten over this course in distance. Trials, blinkers. Yeah, Clyde,
It's
as
open.
you can see, I went field.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, try and find value in the race over here. It's quite interesting. Not an easy race. That's why Daryl's gone the whole field by 2, 3, 5, 9, by 1 and 4, by 2 and 8. Okay, back with us. Thank you. Welcome back. Hollywood Bet Scottsville is where we are now. And note that in the Tab Gold Strelitzia Stakes that both 1 and 6 have been taken out. Those are the latest scratchings. 1 and 6 are not running. So leave you with 7 runners in the race. And from a Market Friday market update perspective, number 3, Just Reckless for Michael Miller, is the 11 to 10 favourite. I don't know if that's too short. We'll ask Daryl in a minute. 5, Dark Winter. Justin Snaith has got Dark Winter in there. They're 33 to 10 second choice. Dean Caname has got Prom Queen, number 2, who's priced up on the Friday at 4 to 1. And then there's a first timer, Lost for Words in here, who's at 8 to 1 and 10s and better about the others. From a market perspective, is it fairly accurate or?
Well, Claude, we don't have the official ratings, but if we did, or unofficial ratings for 2-year-olds, I think you would probably end up saying she's overpriced, because that was an outstanding effort in the Grade 2 nursery on the Highveld when running second to Little Ballerina. And from that form line, we saw You Bring Me Joy come out to win. So on a line through You Bring Me Joy, she should have the beating of her market rival.
Right.
Who's that? Dark Winter.
Correct.
But one thing I want to say, Clyde, Dark Winter, last time out, You Bring Me Joy was crawling up front at Gravel. It was around the bend. She had it all her own way up front. Dark Winter is way better than that effort.
Okay.
So I have healthy respect for Dark Winter. I'm giving her another chance. And then you also have to include the maiden winner, Prom Queen. Now, Craig Zaki last time out got off when she won, and he actually said she won easier than what the margins suggest because she had to be eased off the heels at a crucial stage or part of the race. So she's got the come on look about her.
Form line's dead though, eh?
Yeah, but well, maybe Disting's won the first race by now. We don't know.
Oh, yeah. Maybe,
But
yeah.
Clyde, Just Reckless, I don't know if this puts any doubts in your mind. They're traveling to Joburg and back, and then to Joburg and back for a young 2-year-old filly. Do you think that has any?
I think
negative?
from Durban's perspective, I don't think it's too bad. We've seen them before come in and out and win. But I suppose you've got to take that into account. Eh?
And then if you have a look at the comments in the front of the computer form, Michelle Rix has said this is a smart sort. The unraced Canford Cliffs filly, Lost for Words. Let's see if there's further support for her in the market because she has been tickled up. I think the favourite's horse to beat if she reproduces her nursery effort. I don't think... I'm certainly not going to be back in her at current odds. I've got respect for 2, 5, and the unraced first timer at number 9.
Well, we'll watch that unraced first time. We'll watch how it goes to the gate, see what it's all about. But the word from the stable is it seems to be fairly decent. Here's the jackpot, 2, 3, 5, 9, by 1 and 4, by 2 and 8, by 8 and 11. This is the Tab Gold Godolphin Barb Stakes. It's a Group 3, over 1,100 metres. They race for 250,000 Rand. Quite a competitive field, some quality in here. That's also Impact Investor. Justin Snaith and Richard Faree team up. Priced up on Friday at 18 to 10. 4, Simric is fancied. They like it a lot. 2 to 1 second favourite. And number 5 for Justin Snaith. You've got a couple in here with chances. That also Makazole is the third choice and it's priced up at 4 to 1. You can get 6 to 1 and better about the others. Let's talk about the favourite. You like it?
Who's that? Richard
Justin
Faree?
Snaith, yeah.
Yeah, one would say that Richard's taken the stable elect, Clyde, I'm sure, between Impact Investor and Makazole. Am I right? Surely Mr. Snaith's putting him on the right one.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, I mean, you can say he learnt a lot from his debut, Clyde, in that in his second start he came out running and he was never in doubt. looks like a very, very nice individual. And the third horse who has beaten quite some distance, World of Pleasure, if I'm not mistaken, has come out to win since then. So, yeah, let's see how he goes. He could be anything. But I'm going to be leaning towards the Highveld Raider in Simric. You know, in his penultimate start, the connections were distraught that he was beaten by the stable companion. But now we know why, because Mount Pinatuba is a top sort. And then last time out, he was having his first run as a gelding. And I don't know if you recall on that day, Cecil and Nico were presenting. And they came to air just before the race. And they said they've been given the green light by Mr. Magna on King of Kildare. Mr. Magna was ultra bullish.
Wow.
And Simric won very, very impressively. I think that run would have brought him on in leaps and bounds. He was probably in need of it as his first run as a gelding. And from what I saw, he can certainly go on. So I have respect for the 1, but obviously I'm leaning towards number 4.
Okay. 1 and 4, 2-horse race for Daryl. Simric and Impact Investor, 1 and 4. Then 2 and 8 later, and 8 and 11. The Poinsettia Stakes is named after Dennis Dreyer, and we wish him well. A Group 3 over 1,200 metres. From a market perspective, on Friday they were betting 3 to 1 the field, and Justin Snaith has got Quintus Light, who's early favourite, number 2. Second choice is his stable companion, number 4, Baltic Secret. That's priced up at 7 to 2. And then Duncan Howells has got number 8, Isia Pambile, as the third favourite in here at 4 to 1. Okay, not an easy race, huh?
Not an easy race. If you look at the best weighted column, Clyde, Isia Pambile and Secret Identity are joint best in, only half a kilogram ahead of Ripple Effect, and then Quintus Light and Baltic Secret also come into the play. Yeah, so what's interesting is Richard rode Baltic Secret last time out, and I don't know if he switched, but he is aboard Quintus Light. Now, you can't fault this filly's, is she still a filly or is she a mare? No, she's a mare. You can't fault this mare's form line. I mean, she's been contesting grade 2s, grade 1s. Last time out, she ran in the Cape Flying. Penultimate start, she ran in the Cartier Scepter Stakes. And she certainly hasn't been disgracing herself.
Yeah.
So you have to have respect for her. But if you go back to that run, I think it is in the Cartier, behind October Morn, you got the likes of Isia Pambile, who finished ahead of her, right?
Right.
And is 2 kilograms better off. So she's got the beating of her, and she's better off at the weights. So I'm leaning towards Isia Pambile. That was over 1,200. This is over 1,200 too. It's a stiff 1,200. She'll be staying
Rachel
on.
rides it for the first time, huh?
Yeah, she'll be staying on smartly. So 8 from 2. But I don't think the race stops there. It is quite competitive.
All right, well, I see Pambile Friday was 4-5 to 1. Daryl wants to punt it because he's gone straight up win. And that's our plan in the 7th race. Okay, let's go on to the last now. And Political Party's the favourite, yeah? Daryl's got something in this particular event, I think, that we're going to hear about. A valued play of the day, I think. 5 to 1 the field, about Political Party. Number 10, Pongola, is the second choice for Michael Roberts at 13 to 2. That's how open the race is. You've got a 7 to 1 shot, a second favourite. And Mr. Maloney, number 14, also 7. There are lots of 7 and 8 to 1 shots. Which is this horse that you...
Okay, let's touch on my second pick, Clyde. Don't get ahead of yourself.
I'm getting excited now. We've got hospital bills to pay.
Yeah.
Come on.
Master Bling's my second choice. Now, he is the son of Master My Fate out of a parade leader mare. I think he's been crying out for this ground. He has been over a mile in the past, but it was with the blinkers. And I think he does things too hard with the blinkers. So take note, there is an equipment change. Mr. Puller's taken off the blinkers, and I think that will allow him to settle and finish the race off. I do believe he is better than a 58, Clyde. But my punt for the weekend, Clyde, comes up in this race.
Talk.
What price is Down by the River?
Down by the River is 10 to 1.
Now,
Muskets and Manga
10 to 1. Now, if you have a look at the betting throughout the day, this is the hardest race of the card. They're betting 5 to 1 the field.
Yeah.
But let me tell you why. go back to this horse's form, right? Okay, in the early part of his career, he ran third behind Green with NB. Now I'm touching on the races he's run in KwaZulu Natal.
Yeah.
Third behind Green with NB. He beat Rapidash by 4 lengths. Then he ran behind Sandringham Summit. Okay, now he did go to the Western Cape. He didn't quite feature there, but have a look at his comeback run in the province. He ran behind Shimpompo Shimpizi, beat him 4 lengths over 1200. Okay?
Yes.
That was an encouraging effort. I was very impressed with that. And I'll tell you who won from that form line. Ultra Quick.
Yep.
Finished behind. Diani came second in that form line, and there have been 1 or 2 others that have placed. That was returning from Malawi. Then in his second start, he ran on the poly track. Flat second run after rest on the poly track. He's back on the turf. Over this course and distance, he's unbeaten.
Okay.
And his rating has dropped down to 74. If Samanga can put him in a prominent position, if not lead, we're going to see him bounce back to best. Number 8, the punt of the weekend, Down by the River.
So
Will I be surprised if he finishes downfield? Absolutely not. But I'm hoping he can return to his best.
This was 100 when he ran to Master Josh. He's now a? What is
74.
74. Okay.
This is the right race, Clyde.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's get into that. Appreciate Down by the River, is it? Yeah. Thank you so much. Down by the River, 10-1 Friday market. That's Daryl, one of his plays of the day. Thank you, everybody from Betway Waited to Win. We appreciate you watching. Hope it's been a good one. All the best.